Parker Schnabel's team, is on the brink of a massive gamble after months of digging, reaching the money pit with two massive wash plants, Big Red and Slucifer. Their mission now depends on uncovering a hidden fortune disaster. When Slucifer showed a critical flaw, Tyson acted quickly to fix the plant just in time to prevent a costly setback. As they near the prize, a dark sign changes everything. The stakes are sky high, and if there is no gold in the money pit, it is all wasted effort and cash. The team's gold recovery expert, Chris Dumit, is working on the first cleanup from El Dorado. He spots a problem with the uneven distribution of gold, which means something is off with Slucifer. Tyson needs to level the plant and reinforce the pad beneath it to prevent more gold from being lost. After Tyson gets Lucifer leveled and the pad rebuilt, the team turns the plant back on, hoping that the adjustments will work. The team's goal for the week is ambitious, and they need to hit 300 ounces to stay on track for the 5,000-ounce target. The first test comes with the cleanup from El Dorado, where they tally up 20, 40, 60, 100, 120, 130, 150, and finally 168.5 ounces, worth over $336,000. Big Red's performance in the money pit is the real test, with the first full run of Big Red ready for cleanup. The team knows that if Big Red does not deliver the gold, the entire operation could be in serious trouble. The season is still long, and with every cleanup, the pressure mounts, as every breakdown or delay means potential losses in gold. The team focused on stabilizing operations by bringing in extra equipment and adjusting the pads beneath both plants to ensure they were level. Tyson made several trips to inspect each plant, checking for uneven wear or unexpected blockages. The key was keeping the SLLE boxes clean and ensuring consistent water flow without compromising fine gold. Around-the-clock rotating shifts were used to keep production steady, but every hour of downtime cost thousands of dollars. The strategy was simple: keep everything running and get as much dirt through the plants as possible. Midway through the week, a main conveyor belt started to fray, causing a risk of it snapping. The crew had to shut down the plant and replace the old belt, which took several hours, during which no gold was being processed. Despite the setback, Tyson and his team managed to replace the belt and get Slucifer back online. Chris Dumit took samples from various points in the SLLE boxes to ensure they were capturing as much gold as possible. He adjusted the angles of the riffles and fine-tuned the water pressure to improve efficiency. By the end of the week, the crew was ready for the final cleanup, processing thousands of yards of dirt. The project leader knew that consistency was key, and by the end of the season, the pressure on the team continued to build as they faced increasing challenges. Equipment maintenance became a daily routine, and the head of operations kept morale high by staying involved in every aspect of the operation. By the time they completed the final cleanup, the gold totals continued to climb, inching closer to their goal. The story follows a group of gold miners who use traditional methods to extract gold from the ground. They use a simple, effective method of pulling out big rocks and blowing away lighter material, resulting in a clean gold pile. The gold comes from a pit near a cave, and today they are heading to a deeper zone. Kano's latest dig is a 150-foot deep hole in the middle of a valley. Despite a debt of $230,000, Kano is willing to risk everything to pay off his debt. The prospector assigns Tyler and Danny to determine the costs of the operation. They team up with Kano's son Eric to tour the massive pit and try to hit bedrock, where the best gold should be hiding. The risk is huge, but the potential payoff is even bigger. They are following the path gold took as it washed down from the mountains ages ago. The digging process is a bit of a treasure hunt with unexpected twists and turns. They have found a decent haul, but this new area is still a mystery. They have been digging deeper and deeper to reach the sweet spot where the gold might be waiting. The rewards could be massive if they hit the jackpot. This is a raw, old-fashioned hunt for treasure, unlike modern operations that stick to rigid schedules and systems. Kano's crew is on the verge of a big discovery in a chaotic, high-risk and high-reward mining operation. Despite the financial strain, Kano remains determined to find gold and is betting everything on the process. The crew faces unpredictable ground conditions, such as rock formation shifting or disappearing, but they remain optimistic about the possibility of finding something valuable. The crew works tirelessly to keep costs down, including fuel, equipment, maintenance, and labor. They face long hours under scorching sun, dealing with dust and noise all day. Despite these challenges, they maintain a sense of camaraderie and a shared goal that keeps them motivated. Even when things get tough, the deeper they go, the better their chances of finding gold. The layers of sediment they dig through have built up over centuries, and they hope to hit the ancient riverbed they are searching for. The tension builds as they approach the test results, and they load up more trucks and continue digging. As night falls, the crew takes over the operation, bringing in floodlights to keep the operation running. They cannot afford to lose either the night crew or the operation. The next morning, they find more gold, enough to keep the operation going for another day. Although it is not a jackpot, it is progress, and the entrepreneur knows that every little bit helps. Eric mentions bringing in more equipment to speed up the digging, which could pay off big if the team continues to work hard and find gold. The crew of Parker and his team are working on a mining operation in Bolivia, where they are working on a large-scale project. They are considering expanding the pit and digging deeper to reach new layers of sediment. The boss keeps a close eye on everything to ensure no issues arise, as any delay could cost them precious time and money. The crew is tired but satisfied, knowing they have made progress and are close to paying off Kano's debt. They arrive at a mining cooperative in Bolivia, where they are told that the mine produces half a kilogram of gold monthly. However, they find that the real output could be 4 times what they initially thought. The miners use an old-school wooden gold table to separate the gold, but they are nervous about the mercury, which they burn off using a cheesecloth-like method. They also have a retort system to recycle mercury and keep it from getting into the environment too much. The leader wonders if they would be open to upgrading their methods, as modern techniques could be a game changer. As they wait for the gold to weigh in, the team needs at least 9 ounces or 280 grams to invest. The recovery rate is between 65 and 70%, and the leader thinks they could push it up to at least 85% with some changes. However, the issue of ownership with 32 owners complicates matters further, as dividing the profits among the prospectors means slim pickings for everyone. The team observes a mining operation with 32 owners, each having an equal share in the decision-making process. The miners load up 600 yards of dirt daily, using 4 dump trucks every hour and 15 yards per load. They reinvest their earnings into equipment maintenance and wages, with some weeks being better than others. The team also notes the outdated SLLE boxes, which could explain the lower recovery rate. The cooperative model, where each owner has an equal share in the operation, is discussed, but the head of the team is not impressed. The team learns that the mine has been operating for several decades, starting as a small group of local miners who shared resources and risks. However, the team faces challenges in scaling up the operation, especially in terms of logistics and safety standards. The team observes the rugged and remote landscape around the mine, with steep hills and narrow roads. The miners rely on small trucks and manual labor to move supplies, making it difficult to scale up the operation. The leader wonders if an outside investor could help improve safety standards, but convincing the 32 owners would be difficult. In conclusion, the team observes the challenges and potential opportunities in the mining operation, including the need for improvements in equipment, logistics, and safety standards.